Connection issues wreak havoc on the game for yet another week. Kabam's money grab event gets backlash and Kabam respond to said criticism. Alliance Quest and Alliance Wars rewards are getting buffed. Let's look into how this is going to happen. Valkyrie offers are out for new accounts only. That's a bit weird, isn't it? And we have arena results and much, much more. Yes, everybody, it's a new week here in Marvel Contest of Champions land. And we're kicking off the week with lots of different info. We've got lots of stuff from the weekend, some stuff where the game went down or the event went down. Got a whole host of things. Some good news as well with Alliance Quest stuff. So let's kind of like have a look a bit more into this. And just quickly hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all, do all that stuff. You know, it's free. You know, it doesn't cost you a penny to do that. Please and ghouls. And we kick off with connection issues, connection problems, all that stuff. I've got to be honest, this has been something that I've seen. Look, the joke is, right, the real eternity of pain is indeed seeing this. Or seeing this. This is done by Billy D, which was just using the objective as in collect 100 connection symbols to get your sunglasses in the summer event, the summoner camp event. Which is just, it's so true. And over this weekend, I was super pumped to kind of like go and smash out Cavalier difficulty, especially because of, well, you know, these new objectives for those that can grab the nice chunk of the tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic. Right, that was good. I'm glad Kabam kind of put that in. But it's just been like just a mess with trying to connect into stuff. Certain devices have been worse than others. Well, same thing with like my iPad. And when I've been doing live streams throughout the week, it's just been like bad. But over the weekend, it was worse. And it is really, really annoying. As a lot of people have come to the forums to kind of let, you know, Kabam know, it's just not in a good state for the like connecting in. We can play any other games, Mirrorverse for example, even like non kind of like mobile games. I'm like, I get a decent connection elsewhere, and it's like this game, I don't know, just consistently bad when it comes to these network connections. But look, it is something on Kabam's radar. They do know about this, and as well, there's, if you've seen when I did this kind of coverage previously on the Karina's care package forum thread, there was something right towards the bottom towards like what Kabam are trying to deal with. And it is a case that, and sadly, issues surrounding lag building over time encountered after version 36.1. So that's something they're kind of like working towards after, I want to say. But still, we've got this kind of persisting issue of just connection problems. And it's just like having to ride this out for another month is so weird compared with how other games developers are able to deal with problems a lot quicker than Kabam is. It's still something that kind of like boggles my mind as to like how other games and games developers are with their kind of like process and quick to action versus how Kabam is. And maybe that's down to like a resourcing issue, and maybe that's the reason that a lot of that, you know, there's not like a huge amount of staff in Kabam to deal with it. Or maybe there's just like there's a lot of problems behind the scenes when it comes to like dealing with problems like this, bugs that kind of like positively or negatively affect the player base. Yeah, it's a bit of annoying times, but I God hope this gets sorted, because it's just not been a great couple years, especially if we see back in 2021 when we had the dropped inputs issue, and now we've gone over a year and we're still at a point where there's still nothing just back to the way it was when it comes to the quality of the input system, the quality of connection issues, or quality of connection, and so many other things as well. So, you know, rooting for your Kabam, come on, get it together, please. Now from the bad to the good, and there is some good news that comes with Marvel Contest. See, we don't always focus on the negative aspects of the game. There are also positives, and that is that a lot of players were asking about rewards for Alliance Quest and Alliance Wars. There's a lot, you know, with Alliance War season, there's a lot of effort that has to be put in, especially over a long length of time. And the same thing with Alliance Quest. With the tiering system as it is with Alliance Quest rewards, it is very important to get some of the chase rewards, those tier 6 basic fragments, those tier 3 alpha fragments, and as well buffing up for people that want to make those gains when they come to play Marvel Contest of Champions and they're in an alliance. Currently, from a top flight standpoint, you can only get 4,500 tier 6 basic fragments and 3,500 tier 3 alpha catalyst fragments, with a 25% tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal and other resources to boot. It is only a case that the top type alliances will get that, and it's around about alliance rank 40 6 to 90, where you start to kind of see that tail off of those particular spicy fragments. And let's face it, in the summer of 2022, so this summer, we've seen a devaluation in tier 6 basic fragments, and nowadays you don't need to do Karina's challenges to get more of the volume of that. More than that in a video at a later date. So imagine that. I'll just do a week of AQ at the top flight level, and I've got exactly what Karina's challenges volume 2 give out. Go figure. I'll do Abyss 3 times. That's fun. In any case, rewards, Rich. You digress. I do digress. So yeah, there is going to be a buff in the future to AQ and AW rewards. There's this message from Kabam Jax that said, the dev team wanted me to relay to you all that they are working on updating AQ and AW rewards. Thus, more moving parts in these 2 game modes, which is why the EQ rewards update came first. That makes perfect sense. And also it's good because it entices people like myself that just thought, well, I'm not going to do a monthly event quest because they're just not rewarded that well. No time on it now, but we are eager to get you the info. So this could be something in the next couple of months. Do bear in mind, Act 8 info is going to drop next month as well. So there's going to be like a lot of new stuff coming, and hopefully positive moves, positive waves for the community, and also seeing some spicier rewards for those that do those alliance-based participations. Although I still want to see a new type of alliance-based mode. And now we turn our attention over to weird news. What's weird about this? Well, nothing weird about this. I mean, this was the recent bundle, that pre-release bundle that Kabam put out. It was put out last week, and yes, it was all about Gore the God Butcher. This was released on the 7th of July, and you kind of go, okay, well, Gore's the first champion to have the pre-release. We get that. You can get the 5-star version guaranteed, but what is not so kind of straightforward and what's a bit weird is what you see on screen right now. And this is a new player account where this new player was able to access a 4-star Asgardian bundle, which had a 4-star Asgardian selector. Now, from what I gathered, this was not put out. There was God of Thor type like deals where you can, see certain things, but you weren't able to get a Valkyrie. This means that Valkyrie was available for new players, which you can see right here from the selector. So you can choose Valkyrie if you want right there. And also, Valkyrie is there as a 4-star in your roster if you want. So, yeah, that's kind of unusual because I didn't think that this champion was going to be released until, the following next week or the week after, depending on like when the release schedule is for stuff. So unless some like early bundles are going out, and this is like an earlier push the button type thing, or maybe this is something for new players only in order to encourage people to kind of like, I don't know, see the movie, get involved with the character, play the game, don't know. But yeah, I just found that very, very weird that people were able to gain access to like a new champion before other people had access or a chance to access a new champion. Very, very strange. Thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Now it's time to look cool as we get our shades on and talk about the summer event. The biggest downside this year is that you've got to buy the Summoner Resort 3 times. Kabam would probably look for a justification on this, being the rarity of the items that are included within it. Yes, it is slightly better than it was last year, especially if you are, Thronebreaker and upwards, especially getting some of the more premium rewards, like the volume of Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic Fragments, which between the non-spending and the spending jumps up in the volume you take home. Here's the example right here. So the spending one with the Regal store, you get 3,375 of the Tier 3 Alpha fragments per increment of purchase, and then with the Tier 6 Basic it is 4,275 compared with that of the non-spending, which is 2,280 per increment for Tier 6 Basic fragments and 1,800 Tier 3 Alpha fragments per increment purchase. So there is an increase, and I guess that's where Kabam are looking to add value to it. It doesn't excuse the fact that it's kind of like it's a bit more expensive than it is. And yes, there are some little kind of things like if you, by getting the extra milestones, you end up saving on the purchase of units. If you get yourself, I think it's like 1,170 units you get times 2 over the course of 3 months. It does mean it adds up differently, and you kind of, I think it's like scoop an extra 100 and something units for free if you were to buy yourself the same amount of the value of like £30 worth or whatever worth it is. So there's some savings, but it's like it's a fine line to what you save for that but also it's the added extras that are kind of, you know, driving people's interest with the Regal Resort, and how some of the things that are there are so much better than the Happy Camper. But in times like these, let's see what Kabam have to say in response to a lot of this stuff, because people are talking about, you know, you've got to buy it for 3 months. And I don't think at the moment you can buy it for 3 months. You have to buy it once every month. So you've got to remember to do that. So Kabam Zibbit says, hey there, just to confirm, each of these 3 separate 33-day events will have a separate resort pass. Though the price of each pass is reduced from last year, it is structured this way for the same reasons we restructured the base event into 3 separate events. Namely, to try and make things a bit easier on anyone who might miss out on some days. The structure allows players to decide for themselves when the resort passes are most worth it for them, in case they know ahead of time that they may miss some days, and make it so that missing days during one of these events does hinder progress in any others. Also allows to take some of the rewards that would have only shown up at the end of last year's event and split them up between 3 events this year, so you can get some of them a little sooner. So yeah, I mean, gotta be honest, it doesn't like tackle any of the other things about it when it comes to, like, if Kabam had said like, oh, the reason we've done this is like based on the value of things like tier 6 basic, or kind of like saying that some of the value of the stuff in the spending store is kind of like blah 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 blah, and give a good justification, I think that would have been a better response, rather than kind of just going like, this is all about progression of the event and the days and losing and hindering things. So I kind of find that a bit of a weird response against like, say, dissections of value of the items that were within it. And as someone that went non-spending at the start of this year, I just go by Little Mad Dog here, who just says, you never have to purchase anything. So, look, no spend, no problem, you know. Mo money, mo problems. I mean, we all know that to be true. So, yeah, I'm very happy staying non-spending, chilling in my Happy Camper, getting some stuff for free, and getting some milestone stuff, getting some units at the end of it. Hell yeah, I'm going to do that. What is everyone's thoughts on the Summoner Camp Resort, whatever, the spending, the non-spending? Put it in the comment section down below. Are you still interested in this event? Will you be spending? Are you now not spending as a result of some of the stuff that you've seen about this particular event? And we end the show as we normally do with covering arena results. We've got arena results here for Loki and for Toad. Let's see how the results ended. First of all, massive thank you to everybody that submits arena results onto the Twitter post that I do, and as well the community tab, as you know, it's great to kind of get that info. Very surprising with Loki. Loki went a lot higher than a lot of you know, less than average champions that players have gone for in the past in arenas. This is why we've seen a 65 mil for position 80, and that got 6-star with the Loki arena, and also 27.7 mil got 460 position for the 5-star. Toad, however, shout out to everybody with the amazing info we've got about Toad, and we got 63 mil got position 63, 61.7 mil got position 71, 60 mil got position 93, 55 mil got position 99, and if you wanted to pick up a 5-star, you were putting in a nice kind of like crisp 16 mil got 356. This is where it leads me my predictions for round 2, and that Loki, I'll go a bit higher, I'll go 62 mil then, fine, because people are interested in that champion. 28 mil for the Loki 5-star. Toad is a 6-star, 60 mil, and Toad is a 5-star, 60 mil, downgrading some of my predictions for the Toad arena just slightly, but it's pretty much remains the same, and that's been the predictions and results for round 1 and round 2. And also, I must end by saying thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron, who are on screen right now. Also, those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, give a free Twitch sub to a streamer. It doesn't have to be me, but it massively helps out the channel if you could do that. And I'll be live streaming hopefully later on today. A little bit of MCOC and a little bit of Fall Guys. Of course, we love those things. More content to come today and tomorrow. Make sure to check out some of the stuff on screen right now. Catch up with the summer events guides. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video whenever that'll be. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.